Now, there's something that just came out yesterday. It's Project Veritas, which is known for using hidden cameras.
And those guys are convicted criminals.
So Kyrsten Sinema has responded, as you can see, to our new undercover report in Arizona, asked by radio talk show host Jim Sharp at K-Star in Phoenix about our videos. Her response, calling us convicted criminals. Criminals now they're calling us. As you recall, last week it was fraud by Claire McCaskill. So they're attacking our methods, which have been used for a century, and I'll get to that in a minute, but these are ad hominem attacks now from a Senate candidate who is extremely visibly uncomfortable if you look at her body language, particularly in this next clip.
Okay, so first off, is Lauren Fromm part of your team? And second, is she telling the truth? Are you a progressive and are you just acting moderate to get elected?
Well, I don't know who Lauren is, so I can't answer that question. But what
they say she's a field organizer for your campaign.
Well, let's take everything they say with a grain of salt. These are convicted criminals.
Second time she's called us convicted criminals, another ad hominem attack. But this is one of the most outrageous, patently absurd reactions you'll ever see to a Project Veritas action video. Kyrsten is saying to take with a grain of salt that the person on video works for her. She either works for her or she doesn't. Indeed, she does. It is a matter of fact that they work together. And by the way, here's a picture of them together. Whether they're intimate or not, they certainly look friendly. Not only that, but yesterday I actually went to the campaign office in the district Kyrsten represents, and there was Lauren Fromm yesterday. You can see me walking inside the office. Going to ask Lauren Fromm what she thinks. Hi, this is James O'Keefe from Project Veritas Action looking for Lauren Fromm. Is Lauren Fromm here?
There's actually no recording in this office.
Okay. And there's Lauren Fromm, working field organizer, Kyrsten Sinema campaign, inside the office. But they tell us to take our word for it. By the way, this is the second time that Kyrsten has called us convicted criminal, and this is the second time there's been a reaction from a Senate candidate attacking our methods. First, McCaskill said we committed fraud. Now it's about criminality with Sinema, both about the methods, not about the substance, both visibly very much uncomfortable. Take a look at Sinema's hands as she's talking about us. And by the way, if investigative undercover reporting were fraud, this is one of the things that Judge Richard Posner has pointed out in defending the technique of undercover reporting from the characterization of it being fraud. If it were fraud, you'd have to be willing to allow restaurants to sue critics who secretly dine undercover for trespass. Landlords would be allowed to sue for fair housing tests, since realtors and landlords do not admit to race discrimination openly. You may even have to sue browsers of retail stores, since many of the shoppers don't actually have an intention to buy. And as to the attacks on our techniques of them being surreptitious recordings, as Theo Glasser has said, the use of a concealed tape recorder, at least when one party is present, is not nearly the moral quandary its opponents would have us believe. It's not an invasion of privacy. When we had these conversations with Sinema staffers, we were all standing right next to them as they were talking to us. It's not itself an act of deception. It is not a form of eavesdropping. There's always one party present, and it doesn't constitute entrapment. See, history is replete with reporters who record and report conversations with people. All of these people were aware of our presence and offered this information to us about what their intentions are and what they actually believe. The real journalistic question is, where is the responsibility in not broadcasting these conversations to the masses, in not informing the voters and the citizens about what their actual intentions are? See, this is really about the content of the report, not the methodology, not fraud, not criminality. This is about, the key word here is irrefutability of the reporting. That's what makes investigative video journalism so unique, because it doesn't give the culprits a way out. Sinema can't really deny it because it's on video, so she changes the subject. The video denies Sinema a way out or an ability to contradict what was said, which is the tack that powerful officials would like to take. That's why journalism matters. How can you deny something you see coming out of the mouth of someone who works for you? It's so manifestly true in how it illuminates. With this Madison character in particular, who we talked to yesterday, a transcript wouldn't have done her justice. You can hear her intonation, you can see her body language, You know, in that hidden camera recording when she said, whatever the F that means, the sarcasm, the facetiousness in actually representing the state that you're from.
She's going to vote for the interest of Arizonans. She's going to stand up and protect what Arizona's value, whatever the that means.
That's what prompted her to say that she was glib in her comment to me after she was exposed.
Sinema has as well. I think she's a great candidate.
Whatever the F that means, though, isn't it mocking the idea that a senator would represent the state she's from?
That was a glib statement, but I appreciate your guys' time. I'm going to close the door now.
Thanks.
This is not about techniques or methods or journalism ethics or Class B misdemeanors or criminality or fraud. This is about power. An unequal playing field where oftentimes powerful people, like Sinema, are believed because they're powerful people and they have relationships with those in media and they control the narrative and they do not want to address the substance of the content. They would rather attack the messenger. And it makes no difference whether you're Fox 10 Arizona or 60 Minutes or just a video blog. It doesn't matter who you are. The only thing that matters is the accuracy and the significance of the reporting itself. We stand by our reporting, and I would, of course, go under oath in a court of law to defend the accuracy of what you have seen. The methods used to obtain it, they're absolutely necessary. Because if I had not recorded these interactions, Sinema would just deny, and get away with it. Get away with her dishonesty. She would not be asked about this unless there were recordings. Our recordings provide us protection against unjustified claims that we have lied. Without them, these people would just be saying this never happened. I want to play this line one more time.
So first off, is Lauren Fromm part of your team? And second, is she telling the truth? Are you a progressive and are you just acting moderate to get elected?
Well, I don't know who Lauren is, so I can't answer that question.
It's important that Kyrsten Sinema addresses the substance of what we've exposed and quits attacking the messenger.